right here with Whoopi, Sunny Hostin, Joy Behar, Sarah Haynes, and Jedediah Bila. Now, let's get things started.
Valentine's Day. Yeah. All right, y'all, put the champagne down. Let us start this show. You'll be drinking later on. Michael Flynn is not feeling the love this morning. He cannot feel the love. He resigned as National Security Advisor 3 weeks after the Justice Department warned the White House that he could be vulnerable to blackmail for talking about sanctions with a Russian ambassador. 3 weeks ago, they said, get him out of there. Nobody listened. But here's
they fired her.
Well, but after 3 weeks,
Yes,
they fired her.
Yeah.
The person who said, don't do this.
Right.
But here's what, you know, he said about it on Friday. And
He who shall be nameless.
Yeah. And what Kellyanne Conway said just yesterday. Take a look.
What do you make of reports that General Flynn had conversations with the Russians about sanctions before you were sworn in?
I don't know about it. I haven't seen it.
General Flynn does enjoy the full confidence of the president, and this is a big week for General Flynn.
Yeah, it's a big week.
So this morning, Kellyanne was all over the place claiming she's not sure when, you know, the guy was notified of this conflict. And right before we went on air, he tweeted, the real story here is, why are there so many illegal leaks coming out of Washington? Will these leaks be happening as I deal on North Dakota?
North Korea. North Dakota.
Yeah. I just was being for North Korea. I mean, is he dodging the real question here? I mean,
Of course, yeah,
I mean,
of course.
remember this guy is the same guy that started the chant Lock Her Up.
That's right.
And
Michael
this,
Flynn?
Yeah,
Yes.
Michael Flynn started this.
And he said that Hillary is a national security threat.
Yes, and he also
Now he is.
And Obama fired him.
Yeah.
That's what's interesting to me. Obama fired him because he was insubordinate, because he failed to follow guidance of his superiors. And so they were on notice that this guy was rogue, that this guy didn't follow you know, protocol. And so why would you put him in charge of national security?
Because he's in bed with the Russians, just like Donald Trump is. That's why.
First of all, has to be.
Yeah.
Insubordination is really rare in the military because it's all based on rank and file. But one thing he used as an excuse was he used, quote, the fast pace of events. That's why he might have forgotten things. This is someone that's been in war
forgotten
zones.
to tell people about.
Flynn said that the fast pace of events was why he maybe left out the sanctions conversation with Russia.
Yeah.
So here's a military. I mean, he's in war zones. Like, fast pace is not a good excuse for you. Maybe you weren't fit
But I
for the
love
original
when
job.
the shot you just showed about Donald saying, well, I don't know anything about it. I thought he knew more than the generals. He knows everything else. Suddenly, gee, what could it be?
There's no way. There's no way that he didn't know about it, because it wasn't just Gates that warned. It was James Clapper. It was John Brennan. You're talking about Director of National Intelligence, CIA Director. Everyone went and said, look, this could potentially compromise our national security because this guy may potentially get bribed. And then what happens? Now, Kellyanne Conway has a responsibility to be informed. This is falling on the heels of her having that huge controversy, promoting Ivanka's line. Now she's out there talking about, well, I didn't know. No, it's your job to know, and it's Donald Trump's job to know. If there is someone in your administration that could potentially jeopardize our national security, that becomes our problem, and it's your job to protect us. That is your number one job.
It must have not, so you're saying they knew. So if they knew that Flynn is just the fall guy.
No. When you don't vet your people correctly. When you put them in to piss people off, and you know,
It was a vendetta
President
against
Bannon
Obama.
did this.
President Bannon.
President Bannon, you know, because he's been trying to get him out of there for a long time, and supposedly President Bannon said, you know, here's your walking papers, get out. Because when you're not, if you were the president, you wouldn't know what was going on. Because this is your pick. But since these are not his picks, these are people picked for him by President Bannon.
So you think President Bannon knew?
Oh, hell yeah, he knew. Hell yeah, he knew.
The question then really remains, did the Russians hand the presidency to Donald Trump?
Yes!
Well, that's the other question.
So I say it again, I've said it before, do it over again. Just do the whole election over. It's not a fair election. It didn't really, it was not correct. Let's do it again.
The other issue is what was that conversation? If he was speaking about sanctions, those sanctions were imposed because President Obama was saying there are consequences if you're meddling in our election. So what was that conversation between Flynn and the ambassador involving our election and
don't worry about the sanctions.
That's very, very alarming.
That's what it was.
Very
That's what it was.
concerning.
He
And
said,
Mike
listen.
Pence didn't know. They threw him under the bus because he was out there defending Flynn. It's horrible all around.
I think they, I believe they're all complicit.
Yes. I don't think Mike Pence was complicit.
I believe.
Well, I don't.
Because when you are being told, when you're the vice president, and you see that this person is not a smart choice, when you see he's in subordination to the president, you can't sanction that. So he went along with it. And I say this to all those Republicans, this is all on you guys. Because you rushing all these people through, you don't care, it's going to come back and bite y'all in the keister.
Well, they don't care because while all this is going on, Paul Ryan and the rest of them are slipping through their reactionary agenda to overturn Obamacare, to sneak their little 2 cents into Medicare, to get rid of all of this, of the safety nets and environmental controls, all the things that they want to do. You know, I mean, they could create jobs tomorrow if they just had an infrastructure bill. Just
I
put the money
that Republicans don't care. I think a lot of Republicans care very deeply about what he's doing.
Well, then why don't they open their mouth?
Mike Pence is out there in full shame right now saying you had a responsibility.
He knew better. He knew better. He knew better, and all of them knew. They all said, no, we're not going to go along with this, and then they all came.
And why aren't we hearing any of the Republicans coming out and saying this is wrong?
They're all taking their wives for a brunch for Valentine's Day. We'll be right back. No, that's what we heard. We'll be right back.
Still ahead, Bachelorette bombshell. Will the first black bachelorette in the history of the show be a game changer? This February, The View is on fire.
You have a little spice, a little fire.
Burning things up with the hottest topics. And just look who's firing things up this week. Bob Odenkirk, Ice Cube. And get this, Guy Date Friday is back.
Just wait till you see the guys that we have lined up for you on Friday.
Because Friday, we're laughing with the hilarious Trevor Noah.
TGIF.
Hey, everyone's coming to The View. And next Tuesday, our political view is sizzling when Senator Chuck Schumer hits the table.
Wait for that one.
Told ya.
That's what we do.
We're serving things up hot on The View all February.
Kiss Cam we set up in honor of Valentine's Day, and they'll be checking back throughout the show. Kiss Cam.
That's great.
Yeah. No tongues. Okay. You know, it's Fashion Week in New York, so today's Black History Month, FYI, honors a woman who helped define modern style. Ann Lowe was America's first black high fashion designer from the 1920s to the 1960s. She was the go-to stylist for America's elite, from the Rockefellers to the DuPonts. She designed that iconic gown for Jacqueline Bouvier when she married John F. Kennedy. And you can see some of her work at the Smithsonian National Museum of African History. And this might be one of the first times people have seen a picture of her and realized that that was a black woman who designed all those
gorgeous
things.
dress. So chic.
Yeah. But interestingly, You never saw, you know, you didn't see it. So that's why we have Black History Month, all 28 days of it.
It is the shortest month.
Yeah, it's kind of a period. Anyway, we have some suggestions for Flynn's replacement. Remember we were talking about Mr. Flynn? And that I think President Bannon would approve of.
Yeah, my God.
Like Negan from The Walking Dead. You know? King Joffrey from Game of Thrones. And Voldemort from Harry Potter. You know?
Well, the thing that's interesting about replacing him is they're thinking of putting General Petraeus in there. Now, General Petraeus famously told state secrets to his mistress in bed, like pillow
And was
talk.
convicted of a misdemeanor.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's like putting Linda Tripp in. You know what I mean? The guy's got a big mouth.
You know, this drives me crazy. Republicans drive me crazy because I want to be really excited about a free market agenda. I want to be excited about all the policy stuff, and I can't because they're too busy doing this nonsense. We have to talk about Trump and his ridiculous hires and not vetting people, and it's unfortunate because Republicans, this was your time to do something. You talked about Obamacare for a long time. You didn't like it. This was your time to create alternatives and give people some hope.
Well, you know
They
what?
don't have one. Because they want a job.
If he had just
What
shown
is
his
this?
tax returns, this would not be an issue. He wouldn't have gotten elected.
It just makes me so mad.
How long is this audit lasting until, you know?
He's never going to show
We'll never see them.
You're never going to see
I'm sorry.
Never see
If
them.
I lost $900 billion,
You wouldn't show me either?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No.
Because that shows that I'm not a good business person.
That's one
And when
reason.
somebody says, you know, I'm smart for not paying my taxes, when I know that there are soldiers who are out there who need things, there are people out there who are busting their keys to pay their taxes. No, to me, that's not a presidential thing to do. But you know, y'all wanted him.
But you know,
got him.
when that came out, all of the Trump supporters, they overlooked it and they felt like, gee, isn't he smart? Smart that he could get away with.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of people thinking of their own interests, they're saying, isn't he smart? That doesn't make sense.
It's remarkable that he ran on this such a great business person platform, because I interviewed a lot of people in Atlantic City that lost their jobs and lost their lives, really, because of Trump.
900 million. 900 million. Almost $1 billion.
Yeah, I think that anybody who voted for him was voting. I think that they just saw a personality of some sort.
No, I think
it's like the cult of personality.
I think a lot of people were struggling and they were desperate for that. When you can't put food on the table, when you're working 2 and 3 jobs, when your health insurance premiums go up, whoever is there promising you a better future, I get.
And you know,
being a heel.
you know who that was? That was Bernie Sanders.
Well,
he actually was able
but
to
he wasn't there. He wasn't.
Yeah, and also, you know what? I know nobody wants to hear this, but I remember the days when President Bush, what life was like when he left.
Which one?
I remember the Bush 2. You know, right?
Yeah, Bush
2.
W.
W. I don't know. You know,
W.
element of P. But you know, he didn't leave us in good standing.
No.
He did not leave us in good standing. You were hungrier. You were hungrier. You really didn't have a job then. You had nothing. And this guy came in, was told, we're not going to do anything to help, anything. And you know what? In spite of all those people not doing anything, you got health care.
You're talking about Obama.
I'm talking about Obama.
Yeah.
A lot of things came about that he did. And you know why he did them? Because they wouldn't help. So when I hear people say, you know, it's so bad, I know you're praying. When people say it was so bad, I'm going to take you back and remind you what life was like 8 years prior to that. Because it wasn't as good as it could have been. We'll be right back. Kiss Cam 2. Anyway, you know, a year after Playboy made their historic announcement that they were no longer featuring nude women, they announced yesterday they're bringing the nude women back. And I mean, did they actually think people just read it for the article?
The articles, yeah.
Went way down.
That's
well,
like,
you know, go ahead.
I was going to say it's like the AARP magazine without old people.
You know, we have a sneak preview. Oh. Yeah, please bring it up. I think these are going to sell really well. Because it's like, first of all, that's not my hair. You know? I mean, and, you know, that used to be my top at birth. So that's what we think the new one is going to look like. Anyway, you know, after 33 seasons, there will finally be, now sit down, take a deep breath, everybody. There'll finally be a black bachelorette. Rachel Lindsay announced it on Jimmy Kimmel.
So pretty.
She's still on this season of The Bachelor, but I guess she didn't win this, and that's why she's going after it now. Do you think that there'll be an issue? I don't know.
How many years did that take?
33 seasons. I don't know what
how many
that
are in a
means.
year.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think people will respond to it. And she's an attorney. Did you know that? She's an attorney. So I think
Why
it's
is
going to be
that
interesting.
important?
It's very important.
Why?
Because
she's an attorney.
She'll be very discerning. She'll be cross-examining people. She'll be getting to the juice
Clearly
of
you've
things.
never watched this show.
No, I haven't.
But that's kind of great. I mean, some people said that they didn't think people would watch it, but you know.
Why? It's a girl.
I
Looking for a
think
boy.
because they were trying to make it seem like
Notting Hill.
we were not as interesting.
You just quoted one of my favorite movies.
Isn't it Notting Hill?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy.
Telling him or asking him to love me.
Yes.
It's amazing in a way how slowly the wheels of progress turn, though. I mean, this is taking all these years. How many years do we... There was a time when it was miscegenation, they called it, when a black person married a white person. It was against the law.
Yeah.
There's this
Until
movie,
67.
Loving.
Yeah.
Go see this movie, Loving,
68.
which was a Supreme Court case
Yeah,
that
it was
changed
68.
that. I mean, it's not that long ago.
No, listen, we only got the full vote in the United States in 68 also.
Yeah. My parents always
You know.
remind me that they couldn't have gotten married. I was born
That's
in 68. They couldn't have gotten married
And now we have
unless...
the Ku Klux Klan behind the administration.
Well, gee.
No, I mean, David Duke endorsed Trump when he won, when he was inaugurated. It was the happiest day of their lives.
I was happy when we started the show.
Trump disavowed and said I do not want
You know what I say to all those
We're
people?
going.
Das Vidania.
Hey everyone, coming up next, it's the Peeps. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Got a little short clothes. That's sexy.
Very sexy.
Well, that was another couple showing some love on our Valentine's Day kiss cam.
I love it.
Yeah, I really love it. Our next guests have been happily married for almost 22 years. And as millions of viewers of the hit reality series For Pete's Sake already know, they're kind of fabulous. Please welcome Holly Robinson and Rodney Peete. So earlier we were talking.
We're both doing this.
Yeah.
You and I are both in our little sexy Valentine's Day.
We sound
very
Well, so we were talking about the Playboy bunnies, and that Playboy is going back. But I think people forget that what Playboy actually did for a lot of performers.
Yeah, no, well, you said it. It was the first late night show.
Something on you, babe.
Oh, thanks, baby. See, there it is. That had, you know, interracial people that were a part of it. So it was amazing.
It was a stunning place.
I tried to tell her that when I used to go all the time. She didn't.
Because the reputation was that it was wild and crazy.
Well, that was pre-Holly. You did not go when I knew you, right?
Or did you?
No. No, I did not.
I have never driven past it. I have never seen it.
I have no idea where it is. But I remember that scene in your mom's Mabley documentary where she was singing at the Playboy Mansion with Hugh Hefner, and it was like tears. It was amazing.
I mean, he was extraordinary. I mean, he did a lot of amazing stuff, and he got quite a bit of help for, you know, showing black people and white people and Asian people just all hanging out. So, you know, good on them. They're still hanging around.
Okay, now you guys have been married, as we just mentioned, for 22 years, right? I've been going for about 2. And you've got 2 decades on us. Yeah, let's not forget that half. Any advice on how you guys keep it alive, keep it spicy?
I I call it same page love. In other words, you got to be on the same page. If you're not on the same page, then you just you veer off, and you're not in the same, zeitgeist. You aren't there. So that's what I think. What about you, honey?
Yeah, same page is absolutely essential, but you also have to compromise. Right, and there's got to be a lot of compromise in that. But you're thinking about the bigger picture.
People say marriage is 50-50, but it's really 100-100.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have 100.
That is a good way to put it.
I love that. I'm gonna follow that advice. I love that. Well, the second season of your show, For Pete's Sake, is about to start, and it features your entire family. Aww. What are the Petes up to these days?
Well, the Petes are changing, transitioning. We have a daughter who went to college. Our son with autism, who people said would never, not people, a pediatrician said would never do anything, is now driving and has a job, so that's really cool.
And I think last season it was a lot of new, things for us. And this year has been really a lot of transitioning. Holly said our daughter is going to school here in New York now, so our younger son is not the baby anymore. Holly doesn't make him talk baby talk anymore now. And again, our son, who's RJ, who's 19, is now transitioning in a lot of ways. He's got a job with the LA Dodgers.
Love it.
Amazing.
Well,
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Let's talk about this because, as you know, one of the things that we see more and more is, young black men driving, getting pulled over and stuff. Now, your son is a special boy.
Yeah. Scares me to death.
I know. So tell me what you've been doing.
Oh my gosh, well, we're so worried about, we worked so hard to get this kid to be independent, and then now he's independent. I don't want to let him out the house.
Yeah.
Like, so especially with driving, if he gets pulled over, we brought cops to the house and we walked him through how to comply, what to do, because he's a quirky kid with autism. He shakes, he flaps, he does things. Yeah. He might have a sudden motion, and I'm not trying to have him be a trending hashtag one day, So what I really wanted to do, and what we wanted to do, was talk more about law enforcement and the police community, bringing autism together, and understanding, how to recognize these kids in the community.
Do you think that there's enough, that people realize that because, and this is for black kids or white kids, because this, a sudden movement or what looks like attitude to people is something totally different. Should we be gathering the autistic community together and saying this is potentially a huge issue for all of us?
Yes,
Absolutely.
For everyone.
Absolutely. It's like Holly said, our son has no filter, right? So he'll just go. He likes to have his headphones on. He likes to run.
Wear his hoodie.
Wear his hoodie. He likes to do things. And if somebody approaches him, it could be a police officer or anyone, he's going to shy away, run away, do something you don't know, and that may be, construed as he's attacking me or he's a threat.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's a training issue, though, right? With police departments.
Absolutely.
If law enforcement has more autism training, they know how to recognize it in the community, and then less bad things happen.
Yeah. So
it's smart to make the ladder over with the training, because I think it's really important for law enforcement to be aware of what it looks like if you're not around it. But in the next segment, just to change gears a little bit, you guys are in a competition against Sunny and her husband Manny, and myself and my husband.
Yes, we were so ready.
Sunny doesn't like to lose. I'm just putting that out there.
I am a sore loser. Everyone knows it.
She's open about that. Are you guys ever competitive with each other?
Oh my gosh.
Are we? Jeez.
Especially with football and sports. Yeah. If my team wins, I'm really a sore winner.
You're a gloater?
Yeah, I'm bad.
Yes.
You're not going to be a gloater on the show if
You
you
will
win.
gloat on the show.
You got to gloat if you win. I mean,
no.
But good luck, ladies. Good luck.
Yeah. Valentine's Day. The second season of For Pete's Sake premieres Saturday on OWN. And you know what? I just want to put this out. If you are aware of police departments in your area, please find out if they know anything about autism, and please try to connect, folks. This is really important. When we come back, Holly and Rodney go head-to-head against Sarah and Sonny and their husbands. Stay tuned for the Bewlywed Game.
Rodney are putting their love to the test against our co-host couples in a heart-pounding edition of the Bewlywed Game. Yeah, the topics here are hot and only getting hotter.
Here we go.
Because this is the place where strong women...
Tracy Ellis Ross making history.
It's very nice to relive that moment. I felt so rooted for.
come to be heard and voice their view.
We have got to stay connected to each other.
Smart, funny, fearless women.
You talk about your weight a lot. You're a very normal-looking girl. In fact, a little bit thin.
A little bit thin's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, so thank you.
We are you strong all day long.
A girl after my own heart. Thank you.
Maybe that's why they call it The View.
On ABC.
Live from Studio 7 in New York City, it's the Bewlywed Game. That's right, you heard me. Let's meet our contestants. Our first couple's been married for 2 years, 2 months, 3 weeks, and 1 day. But who's counting? They met online and say it was love at first sight. Hey! They have almost a 1-year-old boy named Alec and a sweet little chihuahua named Trixie. Give it up for Sarah and Max. Couple number 2 has been married for 21 and a half years and have 4 kids. That's too long, okay? They first met when a friend set them up. He calls her Boots, which is short for booty. And he calls her Honey, which is short for honey. Do the thing, please. So please welcome Holly and Rodney Peets. And our third couple has been married for 18 years, but now how they met is up for grabs because she says they met in church and he says at a bagel shop. So let's see who's right. Now, they love movie and margarita night, even though the margaritas are why she sleeps through the movies, she says. They live with their 2 children, 2 dogs, and her mother. Sounds like the Obamas. How isn't that a sitcom yet? Please welcome Sonny and Manny. Okay, let's play the Bewlywed Game. And please welcome your host, the lovely and talented game show superstar, Mike Summers. Mark.
Nice to see you. Hello, my dude.
I forgot this.
You forgot this? Thanks, Joy. So before the show, we asked each couple to give their prediction on how their spouse will answer their questions I'm about to ask. So here's the best part. Each couple competing will be playing for one of the Kiss Cam couples you saw throughout the show for a grand prize that's going to make you fall in love all over again. So you guys ready to play?
Yeah.
All right, let's get started here. Round 1's question worth 5 points, and it's for the husbands. When your wife says, honey, they're playing our song, what song are they playing? We're going to start with Max.
So I would originally have guessed that it would have been our wedding song, but I know she doesn't know the title of that song. So instead, I chose this, which is actually a commercial that she loves to sing.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Toledo
and Barnes. Yeah, I know.
Injury attorney.
Sarah, for 5 points. Did you get it right? Yes! Look at that! Fantastic. Wow.
That's good. That's sad.
Yes, sad but good
that
is right.
That is so sad.
Okay. Rodney, what song?
Let me give you a little something. I have never been so much in love. It's a love ballad by LPD featuring Jeffrey Osborne.
Holly? Yes! 5 points across the board. All right, Manny, a lot of pressure. What's the song?
It is a lot of pressure. This is our wedding song. Way You Look Tonight.
The Way You Look Tonight.
Oh, that's...
Oh, nice. Look at that. All right, we have a tie across the board, 5-5-5. This time the question is worth 10 points. And we're going to the husbands on this one. And you have to get them both right.
That was too easy.
Yeah, may have been. My husband may be the world's best blank, but he may also be the world's worst blank.
Oh.
So this was really hard. I struggled with this one, but I chose communicator.
Best communicator.
And worst sympathizer.
Oh, really?
Is that wow?
And I think it's because I'm always trying to fix things, but not listen and understand what the problem is when she's talking to me about whatever it is that's bothering
So
her.
you do listen to me. This is nice.
I do listen, but I try to fix the problem rather than say, oh, honey, I've been there before.
Before we
I
go
know
to
what
divorce
that's
court,
like."
let's go to Sarah and find out.
I actually went with something different. I think he might be the world's best dad.
Oh, nice.
And the world's worst romantic.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Man. Happy Valentine's Day.
Making scone this morning.
No points. We got to move on over to Rodney and Holly. So, Rodney, 10
Yeah,
points. You can take the lead.
Well, this was easy because I'm very involved with my kids, so I think she would say this. But I also like my junk food and bad food and all that kind of stuff. So I'm the best father and the worst eater.
What do you think? You agree?
Oh, no. He's the best hugger, and as you just heard, the worst
singer.
Okay, so they don't agree at all.
No agreement there. No points.
Good. No points for any of
Sonny and Manny.
I think we might have something in common. And she would say that I'm maybe the best surgeon, but the worst singer.
For 5 points, you could take the lead. Sonny, show me your answer.
When you're bleeding,
He
it's
is
good
most
to be the best
definitely the best surgeon.
Yes, but...
But he's the worst neat person because you're messy.
Oh. Can't give you any points on that one. It's tied 5 across the board. We have a question now that's worth 25 points. Joy, why don't you ask this one?
Okay. So, husbands, where will your wives say is the strangest place you two ever made whoopee?
Max,
My parents are watching.
you can take the lead.
Yeah.
25 points.
So, you know what? We're actually not too adventurous. We're pretty traditional when it comes to this. So the craziest place it's ever happened,
The hot tub. Okay, fairly normal.
the hot tub.
That's disgusting.
Did we match up there? Hot tub, 25 points. Good job.
Gross.
All right, Rodney, I can't wait to see your answer.
Oh, no, kids are watching. Kids are watching, so I had to go with kitchen table.
Kitchen table. You know, I'm so upset that we're running out of time because I really want to know that story.
Yeah.
But
No,
Holly, what do you got?
I have no idea where that came from. Airplane.
the airplane? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is Holly Ramos and Pete a member of the Mile High Club?
That's a different story for a different show.
No points.
No, I just Mile High Club.
No points. We got to move down to Sonny and
Okay,
Manny.
Sonny and Manny.
Manny,
So
what for 25
I
points?
think we have
On a gurney.
a water sport theme here.
In the swimming pool, what do you think? Oh, good. All right. All right, so we have a tie between Sarah and Max and Sonny and Manny. So Holly and Ron, you got to sit this one out. All right. Here we go. Here comes the tiebreaker. Husbands, is your wife a good dancer? So we're going to go to Max first. And if so, what is her go-to dance move?
So Sarah is unquestionably a phenomenal dancer.
She is good.
But she has so many different dances. This one is one of them. But whatever she does,
Yes?
it's the duck face that accompanies it.
Duck face. All right.
That's a constant.
I think you got that. Yes, the duck face. There you go. All right, they have the lead. Manny, tell me what it is.
All right, she's definitely an excellent dancer. And her favorite move, it's, I don't even know what to call it, but there's a circular kind of windmill type, the wind up.
Sonny, can you tie it up? Take a look at this. Show me on the card.
It's called the Puerto Rican spin.
Yeah, look, she did it.
So we have another tie.
All right, so folks, we have a tie again. The audience will have to decide how many preferred Sarah's dance move. Let's hear the audience. How many thought Sarah did the best dance move? How many thought Sonny did the best dance move?
Sonny.
All right, I'm going to say that Sonny and Manny are our winners. And guys, who were you playing for on the Kiss Cam? Tell us.
What is that?
Who were you playing for? You guys won.
We're Patty and Ryan.
Tell them what they won, Joy.
We're sending you on a 5-night stay at Peter Island Resort and Spa in the beautiful British Virgin Islands, just steps from the sea. The trip includes all your meals and couples massage in an open-air spa, champagne picnic in a private cabana, and complimentary transfers to and from the airport. Airfare is being provided by the British Virgin Islands Tourism Board. I want to go there. Okay, thanks to Mark Summers and us. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow, Bob Odenkirk has a sneak preview of which Breaking Bad alums are showing up on the new season of Better Call Saul.
First of all, welcome back. James O'Neill, as the head police officer here, please get these classes going and find out about autistic kids, because we want to help save as many as we can. We want to thank you for coming out. We're nothing without y'all except some talking heads, y'all. So we want you to have a great day and take a little time to enjoy whatever view you happen upon.